Hello everyone, this is Jorge Diaz, President and Founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing, and another edition of How Do You Describe Infusionsoft Success. This week my guest is Dom Casson. He's with Zika, and him and his team are Joomla experts, and they have some connectors, adapters, he'll tell us more about what it is, that allows Joomla users to integrate into Infusionsoft. Dom reached out to us recently, and here they have a resource that folks in our Infusionsoft community might be able to make use of, and I thought it'd be a great topic to cover. Dom, welcome.
Thanks, George. I appreciate the opportunity to come on.
No, great, and we're always looking for different topics. I, for one, am a WordPress person, so this is kind of an area I don't move into very often, but figured, here's a chance for me and for a lot of folks to learn more about what you guys do. So why don't you kind of give us a little bit of an overview? Tell us how you got into this, how long you've been doing it.
Sure. Well, we've been doing Infusionsoft since forever. In fact, our first app, Cleat, sold us directly from the stage at our Glazer Kennedy event back when the company was a whole lot smaller than it is. Maybe 10, 12 years ago, we bought our first Infusionsoft app. So we've been hanging around these guys for a long time.
Yeah, that is a while.
Yeah. And, what happened to us is we've been doing web design and web development for a long time. And about 7 or so years ago, we said, okay, it's time to change platforms, because we had been doing everything old school, doing pure web development by writing the actual code. We had tools, of course, Dreamweaver by Adobe and some other things, but it's time to get modern. So we did a study. We did a study in our company of the major platforms, and of course WordPress being one of them, Joomla being another, and we looked at 2 or 3 others. And
it's funny because this is bringing back. I remember Drupal was the third one that I evaluated back in the day.
Right. So yeah, Drupal was our third one too. And there's, if you actually went and looked for content management systems, there's at least a dozen out there. Some quite small and some reasonably well utilized. But so we kind of narrowed it down to those 3: WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. We decided that Drupal was way too techy. You sort of needed to have a IT degree to really get into Drupal. We decided that WordPress at the time, 7 or so years ago, was really a blogging platform.
Yeah.
And people had done websites with it, but it was a blogging platform mostly. And of course, they've come a long way, as other products have over that time frame. So we said, okay, so Joomla is sort of the sweet spot in the middle for us, for the kind of work that we do. It's a bigger platform, and it's a more extendable platform. That means it can grow bigger sites. There's a million, of course, we know WordPress plugins, so I don't mean extensible that way, but Joomla can handle a larger website than WordPress can. So, again, WordPress has grown, so they can handle a lot of stuff that they couldn't handle 7 years ago. So we said, okay, Joomla is where we're focusing on. And we did all of the company focused on it. That's all we did for website development was in Joomla. And then we said, I see these things out there that integrate, because we're Infusionsoft people. We saw all these things that integrate Infusionsoft to WordPress. And we said, wait a minute, there's a big gap here. There's a hole. There's a lot of Joomla users, certainly not as many as WordPress, but, Joomla's number 2, and it's really big in Europe, frankly. So somebody ought to figure out a way to do what the WordPress plugins do for WordPress and Infusionsoft for Joomla and Infusionsoft. So about 2 years ago, we introduced the first version 1 of our product called Joomfuse, which essentially does membership sites from Infusionsoft to Joomla.
Gotcha. Okay. So it ends up being a competitor to a Customer Hub, Memberium, iMember360, right?
Correct, right. So there's a half a dozen or so for WordPress, Memberium and iMember360 being the sort of the 2 big guys, the 2 800-pound gorillas in the room.
Right.
And there are others. But so if you know Memberium, which you told me you did before earlier, then think of Joomfuse as Memberium for Joomla, or iMember360 for Joomla. Similar functionality, of course. it's not an identical copy.
No, sure,
different
sure.
technologies. Everything is a little different. And Joomla is a different platform than WordPress, so we do things differently.
So if I have content, and currently, as a matter of fact, we build membership sites all the time. But we'll run into a customer and they've got, I don't know, wish list or some other platform, and they've got dozens of videos and content. And if they have a slant towards Joomla, when is yours the right solution, you think?
Yeah, our right solution is if they want to use either already have or want to move their website technology to the Joomla platform, and they use Infusionsoft, and they want to have membership. They don't want it to be just public. They want to have at least a part of their website where people have to log in to get access to something, free or paid. Then that's where we come in, because we make that bridge. And what most people do with paid sites is they'll put an Infusionsoft order form up,
right?
And when somebody buys the product, whether a subscription product, then they'll fill in all the stuff with their credit card, click place order, and then automatically the campaign builder will run a couple of campaign steps, and their user will be created in Joomla and or updated if they already have a user, and poof, they can log in.
Okay, so you'll generate like a randomly complex password for them, and then somehow through tagging, probably you're giving them access to something.
Well, exactly right. We're all tag-based. We can have infinite numbers of membership levels, interconnected or not. We have I think our highest client has 28 different membership levels.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's all tag-based. It's infinite. Joomla loves different user groups, they call them. And so we don't have a limit, but that's our highest so far is 28 different membership levels. So, yes, it's by tagging. If you have the gold tag, and then you call our product Joomfuse, then it says, okay, it puts you at the gold level on the Joomla website.
Perfect. And do you guys also have like some short codes and things?
We have short codes. We have short codes for all of the standard fields in Infusionsoft and your custom fields. So you can build them right into your pages. So I could say, hi, George. Blah, 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 welcome to that. So we do all of that. We're also linked in with Dialogger. We're right there on their list. So if you're using Dialogger, it comes right there. You have Customer Hub, Memberium, iMember, Joomfuse, or whatever else they have on the list. You pick that out, and it puts the right code in to send the short codes over.
Perfect.
And additionally, last year, I'd say one more thing, George, and that is about, 4 or 5 months ago, we introduced our second product, which is called Joomfuse with JF Portal. And the JF Portal piece allows the members to manage their own subscriptions inside of their membership site. So they can pay back invoices, they can add or delete credit cards, they can cancel their memberships if they want to. Again, all under the administrator's control of what things they get to do and don't get to do. But the people who are using that piece are very ecstatic because it reduces their admin time tremendously, letting their members manage that stuff.
Oh, okay. So previously they'd have to do it manually.
Previously, you would have to do it manually, like most of the time inside Infusionsoft, when a credit card fails or a credit card is needs updating because it's expired, all that stuff. Infusionsoft gives you some tools for that, but you have to, you send out the email and then the user has to click the form and whatever. So this, at any point in time, as a member of the website, they can log in, and then they have access to just their information. So they can play back invoices, and we can automatically shut them off if their invoices, if they're behind on their payments. We shut off their access, and then when it's all paid, we turn it back on again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Again, controlled by the user because it's all controlled by campaigns.
Sure.
So when our product set tells Infusionsoft, oh, by the way, George is all paid up, he's paid all his back invoices, that just triggers a campaign to do whatever you want.
Gotcha. Okay, good. That's to be expected. I mean, I'm glad you're explaining this. I mean, to me, this makes sense for a membership site, but a lot of our listeners may not be like into the details of it. So perfect. So earlier when we were preparing for this, you were telling me about Wicked Reports, and we had Scott from Wicked Reports here on a previous program. This was last week's recording. Tell us a little bit about how you're interacting with those guys.
Well, I'm not doing it personally, but my partner, she's hooked up with Wicked Reports a few months ago and got certified with them, and so she does a lot of the onboarding for Wicked Reports. So when somebody buys Wicked Reports, then the Wicked Reports people will contact us and say, have a new client, let's get them up and running. Let's make sure that their reports are working and that Infusionsoft is integrated and all that stuff. So, that's kind of a new thing. We just started that a couple of months ago. Both my partner and our assistant are both certified, so we can do lots of Wicked Reports stuff.
That's good to know. I mean, because I met those guys over at PartnerCon back in November, and I hadn't heard about it before that. But I mean, I get customers all the time that are wanting, they have higher demands for their reporting, and without a tool like that, you're just undergunned if you really want to get to the next level.
Right. That's actually when we met them too at PartnerCon, and we're impressed with their product, and said, maybe we should become partners and help them out.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they have a very big data sort of thinking. I mean, I have a software development background going back ages, and it's like these guys, they know their stuff.
Right, that's what we found too. Again, I don't interact with them on a daily basis, but when we talked about it, my partner and I, she said, "Boy, these guys really got their act together."
Cool. Well, I mean, anything else you want to share with us? Because if not, I can ask you a couple of other questions, because we've got, I usually ask other partners other things.
Well, I'm happy to answer questions, but I just want to say, in general, I know you've talked with other membership product people on these video chats, but I want to say, in general, the platform, I'd love you to use our platform, of course, but the platform independent, it's my firm belief that I've been doing a lot of membership work over the years. It's my firm belief that everybody in any business needs a membership site. They need a membership portion of their website, whether it's free or paid. Paid's better, of course, because it's another revenue stream, but just to keep another way of keeping your clients with you. They're kept with you because you provide them information they can only get if they're a member. I think that doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar business, if you're an internet marketing business, if you're whatever your business is. I don't like to hear the line that says, "But George," or "But Dom, my business is different." Well, it's not different. You just need to think it out a little bit.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I was at the Memberium Summit back it was back in September in Chicago, and I've been building Memberium sites and iMember 360 sites for years. And one of the first speakers was a guy named Craig Jacobson. He's been a partner in the community for ages, and he's a really sharp marketer.
I know Craig. And, yeah, he's very sharp.
And he started, and again, he is not a Memberium guy. He's got his own practice. And he said exactly what you said. He said every single business should have a recurring revenue solution, and membership sites are a real easy way to do one.
Right.
Then, again, I help Micah Mitchell and the Memberium guys. We're a certified partner with them. And they had a promotional series. It's kind of really educational, kind of like the way that Jermaine Griggs does, where he gives you like just a ton of information. And it's almost like when you're done with it, you're not sure you need to buy it because you learned so much. And you're just still trying to implement the details of the free one. But he really went at it. And, here I am. I build a lot of membership sites, and we don't really have, we have some demo membership sites, but that's not something we've done, and it really gets my wheels turning because I should. And again, we're not all as different as I think we are.
Right. I'll give you a couple of examples of some of my membership clients. The one I like to give first is one of my clients is an ex-white-collar felon, served prison time, and he has a membership site to educate other white-collar criminals who are facing federal prison time on how to best do their prison time, how to prepare ahead of time, how to take care of, how to do the time, and then what to do after you get released from prison.
Go figure.
So tell me that when I say everybody can use a membership site, tell me you would have thought of that.
No, though that one really takes the cake. I have never heard that one, but wow.
So, you just have to think to get this other revenue stream of membership sites on what you can offer. And frankly, you can start with free and then figure out when they're free what people really want and then start charging small fees for it. I have a woman who charges $5 a month on her membership site. No, $10 a month, $50 a year. She coordinates or correlates all of the actor workshops in either New York or L.A. and L.A. and puts them up on her website. So if you're a member and you're an aspiring actor, you can go look there and say, oh, here's a workshop, on February 22nd at this location with this director or whatever. So the point of that is, can actors find this information? Absolutely. But now, for $10 a month or $50 a year, it's all in one place, and she made a business out of it.
No, and it's it's either the convenience factor or I always think of the Costco's of the world. I mean, I can buy tissue paper and and cereal anywhere else, but I can go there as a member, and then there's the perks and the discounts, and they invented membership in a totally saturated market, and. It's really the same thing that a lot of these folks are doing online.
Right. So Costco is a great model because you pay them for the privilege of buying stuff from them. Think about that. Now.
Well, Amazon Prime is the other one, right?
Yeah, Amazon Prime's the other one. Sure. I mean but it's a model of you pay them for the privilege of paying them more money, essentially.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of people, we've got a Costco membership, and then we've got our Costco list, and we have the other list, and there are things that we could go buy at another grocery store, but we go to Costco because that's where we know we get the once a quarter pile of tissue paper, toilet paper or whatever it might be, and
right.
They've got a lock on our attention for that.
Right. Same with Amazon Prime, same deal for the $100 or whatever it is. You don't think twice about buying. So I'll buy this $5 item today, and then tomorrow I'll buy this $15 item, and the next day I'll buy this $500 item. But you don't think of batching stuff anymore to save. You just go, wait, I need razor blades or something, right? So you go there and you buy a box of razor blades, and because it's free shipping, so you just buy it. So it's a brilliant scheme by Bezos to get more traffic because the shipping's built into the cost in reality.
Sure,
so it's a brilliant scheme to get you to buy more stuff from them. Starbucks card is a great example, right? So here's an example of a membership site where you get perks, right? Because every time you buy 12 coffees on your membership card, you get a free one. So where you're going to go? If there's a choice, you're going to go to Starbucks and you're going to show them your gold membership card. See, there you go. You're going to show them your gold membership card or your app.
You're from Boston. You should be a Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Well, whatever. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See, what kind of guy you are. Now you're going to go to that store and you're going to go there extra because you're going to get an email or you're going to get a list that says, if you go there, you get a bonus point or whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting because here you have, I want to say impersonal, not in a bad sense, but it's kind of like it's a place where I go to get coffee. And now I have a relationship that expands beyond that store, which is it's just a concept that when 5 years ago people would have said, well, this is never going to catch on. And
right.
Here we are, addicted to our specific things, and you develop your tribes, right?
Exactly, and this is why when all these people have their Dunkin' Donuts cards or their Starbucks or whatever, they don't think business people like you and I, entrepreneurs, they don't think about that. Wait a minute. Oh, that's very clever. They just go and get their coffee.
Right.
And that's why I like to point it out that your Starbucks app or your Dunkin' Donuts app is the membership site for that company.
It is. It is. No, and you know, that you go to CVS and they ask you for your phone number. You go, everybody has it, and you know, for a lot of places you said no, I don't want it. But the people who are loyal to that brand, and it's you know, studies have shown people who have the Perks card or the Starbucks card or whatever, and Prime for sure, definitely spend more than everybody else.
Correct. So there's a message here for all of us entrepreneurs and how membership sites can get you some more revenue.
Great. Well, Dom, you're a leading edge guy. You're the one that was way ahead of the rest of us, right?
I don't know if I'd say that. I mean, I know Micah. I've known Micah Mitchell for a long time, for years, and I've known him since before Memberium came out, in a previous life, if you will. So, you know, and I know David, his partner. So, you know, we're all pals, and we're all kind of looking for the same thing.
Sure.
And we have a product, and we want to sell it. We want to make money, but reality, we're solving a problem that helps people grow their businesses, and I think that's where it boils down to.
And if there wasn't a demand or there wasn't a model, you guys would have either never thought of it, or it would have been you know, a market that nobody would have ever touched because there wasn't a demand for it. But clearly, it's there. And again, I make my business out of helping people build these these membership sites. You know, along with other solutions that we offer. So it all makes sense. So, hey, Dom, if I'm out there and I'm an Infusionsoft user and I'm kind of the Joomla persuasion, how do I get a hold of you?
Okay, so the best way to get a hold of us is to go to joomfuse.com. That's JOOMFUSE.com. And you can get our report on 5 ways to get revenue on your membership site. And you know, you can find out about Joomfuse, contact us. Of course, the Infusionsoft Contact Us form, and we'll be glad to talk to you and put you in our campaign and chat with you in person, one-on-one, whatever.
Okay, and then we'll also, when we publish this program, we'll also make sure, you know, your contact information is there. So just email that to me so I have it, and
I will.
That'll get people connected with you. So, hey, Dom, thank you very much. Sure, you're busy, you have other things to do, but thank you for joining me.
George, I appreciate the opportunity to you know, talk about this kind of stuff. It's kind of a passion of mine. So thank you.
Good. Well, have a great day.
You too. Take care.